Yeah, this is for Aries. Anyone who's the sign of Aries. Hi, Kava. Hi, Ricard. Tell me where you're watching from. That would be cool. Someone's watching from Albania. It's amazing. Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is growth and expansion. Pentacles represents money, okay? Investment generally. It's a very nice positive card to come out for you, Aries. Right. Another positive card, it's the Devil reversed. Now, the Devil is the major arcana for Capricorn. It's in combination with some other cards, so we'll look at those shortly. The Devil card is about being codependent, okay, reliant on another person, or another substance. So you could be, you know, a workaholic. You could have a behavior that's really unhealthy, or be obsessing over a person in particular. When the Devil card's reversed, it's coming free from that. It's being released from whatever toxic habit that was, okay? Obviously, sometimes this could be relating to a Capricorn, but let's see what other cards came out. We've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords, okay? So the Devil was reversed. So who's the King of Swords and who is the Queen of Cups? See, that could be you and your person, or it could be two vibes that you're exhibiting. So if we look at them in order, the King of Swords upright is a very honest person. Kings and queens don't move, they sit still. Okay, they send knights if they need to deliver messages, and they have pages to watch and observe if they need to gather information. Kings sit still, they tend to have a home that they run, they tend to have a good job, you know, children to pay for, lots of responsibilities. So that's why everything they do is well thought out. Now, a King of Swords, this is air energy. So it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Air is about thoughts and communication. Okay, swords are thoughts and communication. So this person is very intelligent, very wise. They know a lot, and they're able to articulate themselves really, really well, be very persuasive, but they're honest. They're a person of truth and integrity. So a King of Swords upright is a really good card to get. If they were reversed, they'd be using that communication in a way that's negative, or they would be blocking communication. Okay, so for example, lies and manipulation, or just not talking at all, or using unkind words. But he's upright, so that's really good. The Queen of Cups can be a card of healing. The Queen of Cups is the ultimate empath, so it's water inside those cups. Water represents emotions and feelings. Okay, so it can be that you're very much in your feels when you got the Queen of Cups. Queens, as I say, are just like kings. They sit still. They would send a messenger, you know, they would send a knight if they needed to deliver a message. They would send a page if they needed to gather information. A queen sits on her throne. She takes care of her job, her home, her responsibilities. She will have children or parents to take care of. It's a responsible person. But with water, you see that she's underwater. She's immersed in feelings. This is the ultimate empath. So she's very good at healing and being calm and being very sensitive towards the needs of others. Okay. So it's interesting that we've got, it could be with the Devil reversed that we're healing from a King of Swords. So it could be in particular an Aquarius, or you could be using intelligence and empathy in order to release the devil if you've been obsessing over someone, or, you know, had an axe to grind, or been angry, or had a grudge with someone. You could be releasing that and healing. using your wisdom, going about it in logic and emotion. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, if you want to pay for a reading that I'll pre-record for you, it'll be about 20 minutes and it'll be £18. You can find the link at the top of my YouTube channel. So you can ask any question, and it can be any topic, doesn't have to be love. I can only do questions live once I get to 500 subscribers. So make sure if that's something that you prefer, just to have a question answered in the live, that you give me a like and subscribe to the channel, because the faster we get to 500, the faster I can offer that as a service, okay? That means you would gift me money live in the chat, and then I would do the card pulls for you and answer your questions. Right, we've got a big combo here. Let's have a look. The Five of Swords reversed is a positive reversal. When the Five of Swords is upright, that's arguments, it's verbal disagreements, okay? But that's reversed, so that means we're avoiding arguments and verbal disagreements. The Three of Wands is... The Two of Wands is, I need to make a choice. Do I go in this direction or that direction? The Three of Wands is I've chosen and now I'm taking action, okay? The Hermit is the major arcana for Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. However, what it likely means in a combination like this is that you're doing hermit work, which is, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk this journey alone. The answers lie within him. That's inner wisdom, inner knowledge. Nobody else can tell you what you want, who you love, or what your part in things was within a relationship. Only you have that knowledge and that inner wisdom. So it's a journey that you make alone, and it's deep soul searching, okay? So this person, which is you, because it's your side of the reading, you're avoiding arguments, you're ready to take action, and you've had a long time to think about this. Let's have a look at the other cards. I always read from the back first. The Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Cups is self-love, or it can be love for another person. You need to be in love. Thank you, Mina. Hi, Nishu. Right, the Four of Wands reversed. This is a really interesting card because we've got, when the Four of Wands is upright, it represents a house, a home, a public union, okay? So marriage or living together. So everybody knows in the town that these two people are in a loving union together. It's exclusive, it's public, it's celebrated, it's marriage or certainly living together. Fours are numbers of stability, okay? So when this is upright, there's a marriage, there's two people in union, or two people living together in union, and everyone knows about it. It's very stable. When that's reversed, there's instability with regards to a marriage, a public relationship, or someone is avoiding a public relationship. So you're starting to see a narrative here, aren't you, with avoiding arguments, taking action, having thought about this for a long time, being very solitary, building up self-love, wanting stability for ourselves, wanting to maybe have a Four of Wands where we live with somebody and we don't have that yet. Yeah, it could be instability within a home that already exists as well. Okay, so things could be rocky from within a marriage or a living situation at the moment. which would make sense, wouldn't it? We had a king and queen here, so you're showing up as one with a home and a lot of responsibility. Then look, we've got the Page of Pentacles. This is an offer of investment. It's the beginning of a journey, but if you think about it, you spend money when you invite someone on a date. Pages are at the beginning of a journey. So a King of Pentacles is someone who already owns a home, or they have, a really great job. They're a fantastic provider. They're responsible for others. A page is someone who's just at the beginning and they're thinking, where should I invest? Who should I invest into? Okay, it's like waiting to put money in the bank or money into a home with another. So I think this could be where you're at. Okay. How can I create stability for myself? Let's find out your person's feelings, because you know what's going on with you, Aries. Let's find out about the one you're dealing with. Right, they've got the Sun card reversed. Now, when the Sun card is upright, that is being childlike, carefree, happy, calm. It's just like a state of delirium because you don't have any worries on your mind, okay? When it's reversed, it's being overwhelmed, being sad, being plagued by adult responsibilities, or, being in love and not having that person. It's when something's on your mind and it's getting you down, okay? We're not carefree. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Let's get another one. So they're unhappy. They're sad about something. Something's on their mind. Okay, we've got an Emperor showing up. Now it's in the challenge position. When the Emperor is upright, he's very impressive. He's the highest status in the tarot deck. Okay, so the Emperor and the Empress, they're of equal status. The Emperor is able to make the tough decisions, okay, for the greater good. The Empress is she's a provider, she's a nurturer. She thinks about what's best for everyone, all the stakeholders concerned. The Emperor thinks about the greater good and what we might need to do at a cost to some people to save the empire. Okay, so slightly more masculine energy. It's the major arcana for Aries. So this person could be an Aries as well. Or they could just be an Emperor is all four kings. Okay, so they could be someone that's trying to become in charge, trying to become the CEO of their life, trying to become that boss energy, someone that takes control, takes command, is assertive, can deal with anything that comes their way. That's the challenge for this person. Could also be that you're on their mind because you're Aries. Why is that slid down? That's annoying. There we go, I thought it'll do. Challenge accepted. Hi, Robert. Are you cross-watching? So all four kings will be the King of Swords, intelligence, truth, being noble, strategic. The King of Wands would be a go-getter, someone who's goal-orientated, lots of fire, lots of self-motivated energy. The King of Pentacles, a solid provider, someone who's a spender and a saver. They have that abundance, that ability to attract money and spend it knowing that more will come. and the King of Cups. So someone who's an empath, they're understanding, they're calm whilst under pressure, they're forgiving. You know, this is what makes an emperor. Oh, that sage smells glorious. Let's get one more for Aries' person. Right, we've got a combination again. Let's read from the back. We've got the Five of Pentacles, so money could be an issue. Money or being out in the cold emotionally. If you think about it, Pentacles are investment generally, so it could be, you know, different kinds of investment that we put into people, our time, money and energy. Okay, so there's a lack. Fives are never good. Fives represent change. Okay, there's a need for change. So the Five of Pentacles is a lack of money or energy or time from someone. The Five of Cups is grief, sadness, loss, regret. The Five of Swords is verbal disagreements, arguments. The Five of Wands is physical clashes or conflict, you know, internal or external conflict. So fives are always bad, but it means there's going to be change because there has to be change. So some sort of change, either emotionally or financially. What was next? Was it the Temperance? The Temperance is the major for Sagittarius. It's fire energy. I need to control my emotions. I need to balance my emotions. I need to tame anger. I need to tame sadness, frustration, okay, to temper myself. So there could be Sagittarius in this person's chart, along with Aries. They're both fire elements. Let's have a look. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, again, looking for balance, okay? I want equal investment, which, you know, how do I prioritize? You see these two pentacles, it's the sun and the moon, and they're in like a figure of eight infinity sign. It's like the juggler, okay? So how do I manage these two priorities? How do I find balance? Now, in the challenge position was the Seven of Wands, which is being competitive, the desire to win, the desire to go up against others and have the advantage to maintain the higher ground. We've got in combination with that, the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So the Nine of Pentacles is personal growth. It's about having enough money for yourself to provide for you to be self-sufficient. It's not about providing for, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is in union with another person. You achieve lasting generational wealth with the Ten of Pentacles because you're putting two salaries together. You know, you're putting two sets of savings, two sets of assets. That's how we get to the Ten of Pentacles, lasting generational wealth. The Nine of Pentacles is you providing for yourself as an individual. Nines are always about being single, okay? So I think this person in the challenge position, their challenge is to increase their finances, to be self-sufficient. This is why they're not quite the emperor yet, okay? And we've got that confirmed with the Two of Pentacles, trying to balance priorities, looking for equal. Yeah, the Temperance and the Five of Pentacles. Money is definitely the issue here. But they've got what it takes. It's just sets of circumstances. There's not a single person that cannot acquire more abundance. Okay, it's sets of circumstances. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome and then I'll clarify their cards, okay? Because you know how you're feeling and why. So this is just the outcome for the first week of April. Anything that might happen this week. The Three of Cups in combination with the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. The Three of Cups is, it's community, it's coming together, it's celebrations. Now, what it can be in a love reading, it isn't always, that's true that it's not always. The Three of Cups, it can mean a third party dynamic, so a love triangle. If you have the Two of Cups card, it's two people that each feel the same for one another. The Three of Cups is three people, so one person giving to two others. It could be the situation that this Knight of Pentacles is trying to decide who to invest in. Hi Hashita, hi Yvonne. So yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles is a very noble knight. There's someone that intends to grow and invest. Now you had the Eight of Pentacles, so you're determined to grow. You had the Devil reversed, so you were releasing yourself from attachment to something that's unhealthy. And you had the Page of Pentacles, so I think this is you. I think you've gone from being the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, because didn't you have the Three of Wands? Let's check back. Yeah, you did. You had the Three of Wands and you had the Page of Pentacles, and there was instability in a home life. So I think you're going to pick who you want to be with. I could be wrong and it could be the other person, but someone is about to offer investment. They need to decide which person they're going to invest into out of two people. The Knight of Wands reversed. So the Knight of Wands upright could be, it's a very phallic energy, the Knight of Wands. Wands are phallic. So it's fire energy, it's passion. When the Knight of Wands is reversed, it could be that energy spilt over into anger. Okay, or it could just be an accentuated version of the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's that Page of Pentacles could be wanting to deliver a message like, I would like to date you, I would like to date with a view to having a relationship, to investing in you. Let's get one more for the outcome. What's flipped over there? Right, we've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. So that's an outgoing of money. And the King of Pentacles. Goodness me, there's so much Pentacles, like, cards here. Okay, so we've got a King coming out in the outcome. We already had a King of Swords and a Queen of Cups on your side. And we had the Emperor on their side. So yeah, I do think that this is you in the outcome. You've got Swords and Pentacles and Cups. And you've got Knight of Wands, which is fire. Knight of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, when it's reversed, right, when it's upright. Oh, that's a nice card. I've not seen that one yet. This is the miser. It's holding on to money and conserving that money. Yeah, keeping hold of it, accruing it, building it up. being quite possessive over it. But when it's reversed, it's outgoings of money. Okay, and we've got that with the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles wishes to invest. I think that's you. I'm just looking at the artwork. That's so cool. Very Dali-esque. You might have earth placements because this is so heavy earth. Okay, so let's clarify. They had the 9 of Pentacles with the 7 of Wands. So they're trying to become more self-sufficient. Money's an issue for them right now. It's making them feel down. They're not quite the Emperor yet. So let's clarify their feelings. Oh, look at this. Gold digger. In it for what they can get, money hungry, self-serving. This Emperor could have been used. They could have been used for money in the past. That would make you really down because it'd set you back in your goals, wouldn't it? Your long-term goals. It's happened to me. It's happened to me and I never thought I'd be so daft. But, you know, people can use us. People can take advantage of us when we're feeling very emotional. We put up with more than we should. We ignore red flags, you know, and you get, unfortunately, you get into a situation where you're paying someone's way. It happens. So that could be what's caused this Emperor to lose confidence. Closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. There you go. Confirmation. Okay. So let's see when this is going to come together. Hang on, let's just finish clarifying those. Fool's gamble. Be aware the deceit. Beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. Ooh, they malinvested previously. They're on the dawn of recovery though. With each new beginning, embrace risk as a getaway to healing and renewal. Trusted ties build rapport, believe in mutual respect, and respond with understanding. So this person trying to work on becoming someone that takes more time to get to know someone and get mutual respect. And that made sense because they had the 2 of Pentacles, didn't they? So they want equal investment from another next time. They feel at a disadvantage and at a loss because they got used last time, financially used. So we understand them now. You're looking to invest and you're looking to pick which person you're going to invest into, and I think you're going to decide this week actually. I'm feeling like this isn't going to come really quickly, but let's get a time in. The one that's showing up in Aries is reading. When are they going to come together? When are they going to meet? Ooh, look at this. Within a couple of weeks. You may already know, and be dealing with, because we had that love triangle. You may already be dealing with. Release the need to control the situation now. Okay, so something's coming together here. Let's get confessions from this person. I think you are adorable. Oh, you are the only one I see. It's a very loyal person. They'll be incredibly loyal to you. That's so nice. Let's get messages from them. We're on hold, but I'm coming back for you. I have a lot of sexual thoughts about you. Sacral chakra is opened up. Oops. You're too good for me. I don't deserve you. This poor person has had their feelings really knocked. Their confidence has been knocked. The Emperor's crown is halfway off. We can all feel like that, even emperors. They need advisors, they need people at their side who are their ride or dies, their loyal, allegiances. They need that. They can't, do everything solo because there's always people waiting to take what's theirs, to seize that empire. Oh, I know we will be together. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm more emotional than I show. Well, the Emperor tries not to show emotions because, they can be perceived as weakness, but the Emperor is soft like anyone else. Remember, he has the King of Cups. He has all 4 kings. Right, so let's get advice for Aries. Grizzly bear and power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. I love that. How well does that go with what we've just said? That's good advice for the Emperor as well as, well, yeah, you could be an Aries dealing with another Aries, or they could be someone that just is at that stage in their life where they become an Emperor. But for you, Aries, I think that's brilliant. Lovely advice. The good kind. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, everything's lust, isn't it? People get discarded. They get treated disgustingly. Everything's about face value. And therefore, it's fool's gold, right? You just discard it because it's not really long term. And people are treated like that constantly. I find it quite depressing, the dating scene at the moment. That's why I'm just kind of not dealing with it at the moment. In the flow. Look at this. Everything is smooth sailing. So you're going to get a really nice, calm, easy time, okay? Take everything in your stride. Believe in yourself. You are indestructible. The universe is abundant, and what I ask for will be given to me. Look, that bear has found that fish, okay? The universe is abundant. There's enough for everyone. With sacred geometry, you're part of this. This is infinite, okay? There's no beginning, there's no end. Energy flowing all around. Money is energy, love is energy. You're in the middle of this, you're not separate to it. Okay, energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. As long as you are making moves and you're being high vibrational, you're spending time with quality people that they're not being lustful, they're people that love you and care about you and want the best for you. You know, you're able to have a laugh with them, be yourself. I'm talking like best friends, colleagues, you know, strangers in the street, whoever you'd click with and laugh with, and you feel like you can be yourself. Sometimes you just meet people anywhere in the world and you're like instant best friends. Be high vibrational and then do some things too, in the 3D in a practical sense. You know, if you put out if you put out job applications, if you know, are having a good time, if you're accessing hobbies, if you're crossing off your bucket list, you will bring in someone amazing. Okay, that's just a fact. It's a matter of time. If you're feeling highly vulnerable, you tend to get served up a karmic connection to force you to defend yourself and put up some boundaries where you may have been susceptible to being mistreated. You will purposely be given someone like that. And I don't think people go a lifetime without having a karmic connection. And if you haven't learnt your lessons, you'll get another one. Okay, but the moment it says for you within a couple of weeks, Aries, this person's going to come in that really deserves proper investment. They've been used for their money previously. Right, is there anything else I need to give you? No. They're going to be incredibly loyal to you. Okay, I'm going to leave your reading there, Aries, and I'm going to move on to Taurus. If anyone's watching from the UK, do not forget that it's Mother's Day tomorrow. Make sure you go and get something today. Okay, so on to Taurus.